Ultimately, we don't know for sure. We'll find out one day, but we just don't know. But one thing we do know for sure is that at the time you're feeling depressed, the depression and anxiety are caused by your thoughts, by negative thoughts. And some negative thoughts cause depression, other kinds cause anxiety, other kinds of negative thoughts cause guilt and shame, other kinds cause inferiority or inadequacy, or hopelessness, or anger, or whatever. Um, and let's talk about that. The thoughts that cause depression are always thoughts of loss, that you've lost something important to your self-esteem. You know, maybe like a young woman I saw recently had been going with her boyfriend for 2 years, and then they broke up. And she said, you know, all of my relationships have eventually broken up. I must be unlovable. I'll be alone forever. And it's that, not the breakup, but that misinterpretation that this means she's unlovable and that this means she'll be alone forever. And that is one of, as you know, Rhonda, one of the 10 cognitive distortions: overgeneralization and fortune telling, you know, so generalizing from this negative event, saying, well, it's one thing, my relationship broke up, let's figure out why and what you can do to learn and make the next relationship better. But instead she's saying, I have a self that's unlovable, I'm permanently flawed, it's irreversible, I'll be alone and miserable forever. And that's the kind of thinking that causes depression. Now I'll reverse roles and ask you, Rhonda, what are the kind of thoughts that cause anxiety? A lot of our listeners have anxiety. I myself in the past have suffered from and recovered from 17 different anxiety disorders.
Every time you tell the story, the number goes up. 17 anxiety disorders.
Yeah, I mean, I was just a bundle of phobias and stuff. You know, all of my life, I grew up with a fear of blood, and then I had nosebleeds all the time. And I was terrified of blood, of bees, of horses, of dogs.
Of heights.
Heights, oh yeah, fear of heights. I had public speaking anxiety, performance anxiety, social anxiety. I had that shy bladder thing, you know, I'm afraid I won't be able to pee in the restroom. And I had a panic attack once. So I know all about anxiety. And that's why I love to treat anxiety, because whatever you've had, I can say, oh, I've had that too. I know how much that sucks. And I can show you how to defeat that, and what a joy that's going to be. And people like that message, that there's hope for total and rapid recovery.
Hope is great.
What are the thoughts that cause anxiety, Rhonda?
Aren't they thoughts that are based in fear?
Well, right, but what are what kind of thoughts cause fear?
That there's danger, that we're approaching some kind of danger.
Yeah. Whenever you're anxious or afraid or panicky, you're telling yourself something bad is about to happen, and that's the cognitive distortion of fortune telling. I know when I get on that plane, it's going to run into turbulence and crash. I know when I get in front of that audience at work and I have to give my talk, I'll probably pass out. I'll look like an idiot. My mind will go blank. People will think I'm a fool. They'll see how nervous I am. They'll judge me. My reputation will be hurt. The word is going to spread. That type of thing. It's impossible to feel anxiety without predicting danger. Now, there's healthy and unhealthy fear. There's healthy and unhealthy depression. There's healthy and unhealthy anger, healthy and unhealthy guilt. The difference between healthy fear and neurotic anxiety is that in healthy fear, the prediction of danger is valid. Like, I better not go into such and such a neighborhood alone in the middle of the night, because there's a lot of dope dealing there, there's a lot of murders there, and my life could be at risk. And that's true. And so you don't need to treat that kind of fear with psychotherapy or Xanax. You just need to be careful.
Right.
But the thoughts that cause, chronic worrying, obsessive compulsive disorder, PTSD, phobias, social anxiety, shyness, those thoughts are distorted. And when you change the way you think, when you crush those distortions, your anxiety will disappear. So that's the cause of depression and anxiety. Should we talk about other feelings or?
Yeah. Let's turn the page back to you. So what kind of thoughts lead to guilt?
Guilt. The thoughts that lead to guilt are, I'm bad because I've hurt someone or I've violated my moral value system. And the thoughts that cause shame are a little different, and that's that other people will see that I've screwed up or that I'm broken or inadequate or something like that, and then they'll judge me.
Well, now we're talking about feelings. Do you want to get into habit and addictions, like the thoughts that lead toward habits and addictions?
Well, we can. Those are positive thoughts for the most part, positively distorted thoughts. Like, oh, I'm going to start to diet and lose weight. And then you're walking in the airport and you smell Cinnabons. Oh, it'll be so good to eat that Cinnabon. And one little bite won't hurt. And I can have carrots for dinner, so it won't make any difference. And I'll really exercise more tomorrow. And those are all positive distortions, like the positive all or nothing thinking. It's going to be so wonderful. And then discounting data. How many times have you told yourself, I'll just have one little bite? And how many times did you just have one little bite? Never, right? So you're just, again, giving yourself distorted thoughts, and that they cause addictions. Distorted thoughts also cause violence. They also cause relationship and marital conflict. They also cause narcissism and other nasty consequences. The problem, as you know, Rhonda, with positive distortions is they make you feel good. And people sadly enjoy hating, enjoy saying our group is superior to your group. You have the wrong skin color, you've got the wrong religion or whatever. And so therefore we're morally superior and we look down on you. And those are all bias and prejudice and racial hatred, and violence between humans results from positive distortions mixed in with negative distortions at the same time. Like the negative distortion, the positive labeling would be, I'm superior, I have white skin, or I'm Swedish, or whatever you think makes you superior. And then the negative distortion would be, your group is inferior, you're rats, we can exploit you. We can kill you if you want. And then the awful thing, which is hard to admit, is that all human beings like exploiting others. No one wants to admit it. We hide behind religion, for example. Oh, I'm doing this in the name of God, or I'm doing this for some political cause. But our whole country enjoyed taking advantage of Black people, viewing them as slaves, and it caused tremendous wealth. It caused us to feel we had the right to exploit and hurt Blacks, and that Black people were somehow superior. And we all have that inside of us, sadly. We also have the capacity for great love and compassion and creativity and inventiveness. Humans are a weird mix of good and evil motives simultaneously.